As individuals, we seek out others. It's part of our DNA. We have a strong desire to build a relationship with other individuals, and as these relationships get forged, we have the ability to make a drastic impact on someone else's life. It could be anybody. It could be your friends, your family members, your teachers. I couldn't tell you how big of an impact you're going to have on someone. Sometimes it's just a single occurrence, like a lifeguard rescuing you from a pool, and sometimes it's something small, like your parents picking you up from school or being present at your sporting events. There's so many different variables. I can't tell you who it's going to be or how big of an impact they're going to have. What I can talk about is who it was for me and why they made such a big impact on me. So for me, his name was Musong Che, and he was my martial arts instructor and coach. Here's an image of Musong at one of his black belt tests. In this image, he's breaking 10 bricks with a single strike, and you can see how much time and dedication it would take to get to this type of level. Musong taught me what hard work is. He helped hold me to a higher standard, which I now hold myself to, and he also not only was a mentor throughout my life, but showed me how to become a mentor to somebody else. I started martial arts when I was very young, and I was so young I actually don't even remember the first time I met Musong. I don't remember how he became my coach. What I do remember is that he was always there for me, though. Whether I had a question or needed some assistance with something, I could count on him. He had a very strong work ethic that was very evident. He was the first in the morning and the last out. And he was a great teacher, and he taught through his actions. There was a great writer, William Arthur Ward, who once said that the mediocre teacher tells, a good teacher explains, and a superior teacher demonstrates. And this is exactly how Musong used to teach. I remember watching Musong spend hours in front of a mirror practicing his footwork, practicing putting his foot a little inch different or half an inch different, pointing his toes to set up different things, and then he would show me how to do those same things so I could gain an advantage over my opponent. He pushed me very hard when we trained. We would train for very long hours, and it was my will to not let him down which helped me become as good as I was. He showed me how to become good when everyone else was trying to be good. Not only did he show me the hard work, he also held me to a higher standard than everyone else. He held himself to this same standard, and it was because we were martial artists. Through these training sessions, I learned a lot of life lessons like dedication, persistence, self-control, and I was able to apply these to my everyday life. He showed me and helped me take those things I learned in the dojang and use them, whether it be in my professional career or my personal relationships. He mentioned that as a martial artist, we have a responsibility to carry ourselves as one 24/7, not to worry about what others are doing, and to stay true to ourselves. He helped me gain the confidence to overcome obstacles in my life like peer pressure or simple things like the first time you take your driving test. Lastly, Musong showed me how to become a role model. He was my role model, my mentor, and then he mentioned that being a martial artist should not be a selfish act, and the only way to maintain it becoming a selfish act is to take the knowledge and experience you've gained and pass it on to the next generation of students. That's why when I was 17, I started my own branch of the school so I could teach my own students. Over the years, I've had hundreds of different students come from all walks of life, all different age groups, genders, many of these students being very young and impressionable, just like I used to be. The biggest aspect and most valuable aspect of the relationship I had with Musong was the ability of taking the knowledge he's had and passing it on. So while I made a lot of impressions on some of the students I had, and I know that because a lot of the parents or the students themselves come up and tell me how big of an impact I made on their lives or how I helped change something in their life, it's really not all my credit. The credit, in my mind, goes back to the people who helped teach me and showed me how to use it in their life and let me mirror them. So while I'd love to say that hopefully someday I'll have a student giving a speech about me and how I changed them, the credit really goes back to Musang for me. And because of that, I felt that he should be commemorated. So overall, Musang showed me how to work hard, he held me to a higher standard, and he also was my personal role model in helping me become a role model for someone else. Thank you.